Such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it? There's a light to change the world. Won't you be a part of the light? Oh, love, it is the answer now, and we can see love. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside of me. Oh, there's a light, oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me, and
yes, indeed, there's a light right here at VCMG, the Oldie station, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Tonight, we're tuning in, we're tuning up, we're talking to the universe, and we're getting you the insight, the information that you need. Do you have questions? Has life thrown you a few curveballs? Are you ready to make a shift, but you don't know how? Tonight, we're going to dial up to the heavens, and we're going to get some answers for you. We're going to consult the universe. We're going to talk about the power that's within you, the frequency that is within you, so that we can navigate this life that's before us. You see, each one of you has a very unique power, a very special energy. It is your own unique blueprint, and that blueprint is wired inside, guiding you the whole way. And what is prompting this guidance? The divine, the universe. There's messages that are constantly coming to us. We learned that last week when we talked to our loved ones on the other side. And these messages, they offer us the push to put us on track. But sometimes we find ourselves off track. How many of you are finding yourself a little askew, a little off center, a little off track? The goal here is for us to listen to the promptings, the push from the universe that says, pay attention. You may see it in repetitive numbers. You may see it by finding a feather in the most unusual place. There are people who will talk to me about finding coins and pennies in very bizarre places. There's no way the penny could manifest there. But there we have it. The universe is always connecting. Matter of fact, I was doing something on Saturday, and it was kind of interesting. The universe was giving us all sorts of signs, but it was coming through the electronics. Sometimes the universe will mess with electronics. Sometimes the energy from above gives you a message that is a repetitive connection, telling you that this message keeps coming again and again and again. You have to follow the prompting, but how do you know if you don't know? And how do you get into the knowing? These are questions that many of us ask, and is part of the journey of being human. It's not something that we do easily because we've become very disconnected and distracted. There's so much for us to do. And then life throws us the physical curveballs, and we have to tend to that. And many of us find ourselves tending to things that at times are overwhelming, and we just don't know how to handle them. Well, when I look at the universal messages, I always ask myself this question: does the feeling that I receive bring me peace? That's how I differentiate between a message that's from my own thought process and the universal thought process. You see, the universe has an entire stream of consciousness that we're able to access. And I spend most of my day in that universal stream of consciousness, so for me it's become easy to access. But for all of you, it may not be so easy initially. But this is why I say, please be still, pay attention, and look for the clues along the way. And breathing into the energy instead of holding our breath. Most of us don't even breathe properly. We are not taking that deep breath of life. We are kind of holding our breath, and we're going through life and pushing through to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And each activity you do in the physical world is to be enjoyed. The other day I was grocery shopping. And when I'm grocery shopping, I kind of like to go with a mission. I know what I need. But there's a sense about grocery shopping that requires me also to kind of take a look down some of the other aisles and see if there's anything that strikes my fancy or prompts me to say, hey, I want this, or I need this. This would be good to have, or this would be a great spice for one of the dishes I want to make. And I allow myself that time of reflection and contemplation and even planning so that I know how to feel the energy of what I'm creating for the week, for what I'm going to cook. And so I don't just go by my list. Yes, sometimes there's a time crunch and I want to make sure I get everything on my list. But on this particular day when I was grocery shopping, I just wanted to take my time. And I didn't want to be rushed. And there was so much going on and a lot of rushing around me. And that was a little off-putting to me because I wanted things to just flow. Because when I'm in the universal flow and I'm not in a time crunch or a time stamp, I've got two words coming out at once, I find myself in that energy of I want to be one with the flow. And so if you've ever found yourself just wanting to kind of take your time and experience and be fully present in the moment that you're in, that's the right way to feel. That's how you can connect to the divine. Now, I understand we're talking about grocery shopping, and you'll say, well, what is so spiritual, Sarah, spiritual, about grocery shopping? Well, we have to find the spirituality in everything we do. We have to find the connection in everything we do. We have to allow the divine consciousness to flow through us. What if through the meandering through the lanes or the aisles, I find myself talking to someone and an exchange occurs? This could be very valuable to me or to them. But if you're rushing up and down the aisles of the grocery store and you're in a hurry and frantic and frustrated that maybe things aren't lining up the way you want and you can't find what you want, or maybe the person you're shopping with is not cooperating, it changes the energy and it causes a rift and it separates you from what's to be uniquely born. Now, if that can happen in grocery shopping, let's imagine it in the creative process of work, your career. What if everyone at your job is racing to get the next task done just because they can't wait for their break or their lunch, or they really don't want to be there, but this is their way to get a paycheck, so they're doing it. And nobody's in that still contemplation, that flow of the divine consciousness. Are we really pumping out our best work? Are we in the energy of joy and harmony? Are we one with the stream of consciousness? Most likely no. There'll be some who have those creative bursts of energy, but that's because they've learned to what? Tune out the noise. And you need to tune out the noise. You need to separate yourself from the chatter in the world. And the universe is always showing up trying to give us that opportunity to separate from the chatter of the world, to separate from the limited conditions, to separate from things that make us feel pushed down and disrupted. Because when that happens, we see ourselves stepping further and further away from what our real mission is, our real connection. At that moment of you rushing through a process, you could miss an opportunity to connect with someone. You're just trying to get something done because you just want to be done to go do what you want to do. And the universe is asking you to put out the frequency of what you want your life to be. So when you put out your frequency of what you want your life to be, you have to practice that energy of, yes, we need to have a list and we need to know what we need to accomplish, because as humans, there are things that need to get accomplished. We understand that. But what the universe is presenting to you is the opportunity for you to sit and be still in the activity, the stillness of mind, the stillness of action. And that doesn't mean we stop moving. It means we're still and fully present in what we're doing so that we can have inspired moments. Those are the moments that when you least expect, you'll get a message from your grandmother or your parent who's passed. You'll get evidence that your pet on the other side is with you because you're still. And by you creating the energy of what you want your life to be it abundance, be it love, be it harmony, be it affection, be it connection, whatever it is, if you're practicing that and embracing that for yourself and honoring yourself, the universe has no other choice but to mirror back to you what you put out. So I ask you, what do you put out to the universe? What is not working for you, and what is separating you from that connection? Because the disconnect is not the universe failing you, is not God didn't hear you. It is, how are you not tuning in, tuning up, connecting? How is it that you're separating yourself by your busyness and your activities? And again, we can be busy and do things, but still be connected. Many people say, oh, Sarah, spiritual, you're so busy. But I'm busy with a purpose. And my busyness, as many people have called it, is just my ability to manage a lot in time management. And in that process of different moments in my day, I multitask and I'm present in every aspect that I'm doing. When I'm getting ready to leave in the morning, I'm very present in what I'm doing. And my whole energy and my focus is really about making sure I have everything that I need for the day, making sure that my spirit is aligned for what I'm about to do for everyone on a daily basis. And I'm in this frequency of steadiness. And there's a steady energy to me. Now, that doesn't mean when I get to the center, everything's going to be steady and perfect. There may be something that wasn't delivered. There may be products that have to be made, and I may not have time to do that before my first session of the day, and I may have to wait till I have a break, which will be a little later on in the day. And then my break isn't about my eating lunch. It's about channeling my energy to create the products at the center. And then when I'm in the car, it gives me the opportunity to follow up with people. Earlier on my way here, I was talking to someone who had inquired about something they'd like me to participate in with them. And so I was corresponding with them while I was in the car. I was fully present in my driving, but I was also present in my connection with them. And I used that time wisely so that when I'm done tonight from the radio show, then I'm done, right? And that's my time now. And I can be present in my me time, my time of self, my time of family, my creation of my evening and what I choose to do for tomorrow. And I make sure my mind is focused on what's in front of me. And I am structured enough to know that when I'm with each one of you, be it here on the radio or be it in person, I have to be focused. I have to be attuned to the universe. And so there's a level of we'll use the word discipline, that is required for you to manage the being within you. And that's your human being. That's your personality. That's the part of you that gets triggered. You know, that's a really popular word. I have people say, oh, I was just so triggered. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? You were triggered. And they say, well, every time I'm in this situation with this person, they just activate my emotions and I just get agitated. I get angry and I just want to yell or scream or get frustrated. I was like, well, you can control your emotions. You have that ability. You can choose to not engage in something that is disruptive for you. And you can find out where that's stemming from within you and where you feel disempowered, that they can just go in and push a button and send you spiraling, that you're all frustrated and agitated and stomping off and creating a ruckus in a communication that may not be necessary. So we are all in this place in our lives where we are being asked by the universe to manage how we interpret energy of others and not allow it to hook into us and disrupt us, and to be fully present in the knowing that we are forever, ever protected by the divine, and that there's nothing that comes to us that cannot be handled. There's nothing that is requiring any fear or agitation or sorrow, that it is here for you to look at and to address, and that the emotions that come up, we want to honor them, but we cannot let them run the show. Because the more we feed into that hostile emotion or that negative energy or that disruption that's come into our lives, the more we create it. And then we find problems in our life come more to us because that's what we're focusing on. So each one of you has an opportunity to align with the universe and create by putting forth everything that you want and desire. So send out the signal of what you want. Send the signal of I'm abundant beyond measure. I can create whatever I want. I have this connection that is magnetic and attracts to me all the right people in all the right ways. So a few days ago, and I haven't shared this story with anyone, a few days ago, I was given an opportunity, and this opportunity was for me to align my energy with the flow of abundance. It was actually a few weeks ago. And I was given a number. And you know, I give out numbers to all of you. So I was given this number, and the number came to me in the most unusual way for me. Usually they show me a number on a license plate or somewhere around me. So I go, ooh, that feels right to me and I align myself to that number and I go, oh, I believe that number's going to come. And I feel the energy of that number coming. And because I'm aligned with the stream of consciousness, now I know everyone will be like, okay, where's the pick six, Sarah Spiritual? But the energy of consciousness gives me the opportunity to feel the prompting as to when that number could come and play. Now, of course, they call it games of chance. So sometimes I could feel that feeling. It doesn't come that day. It may come another day. And then did I play that day or not? It depends. So in this one particular time, towards the end of July, I had a dream and this number was given to me. And as the number was given to me, I remembered it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. They gave me a number and they gave me several numbers. I was like, what? Okay. So they want to up the ante. They want to up the game. So then there's the matter of you dream it. Well, how do you know what day it's going to come, right? So you sit and you feel the energy. So in my sitting and my feeling of the energy, I had a feeling. And I said, well, it's not going to come today. It's not going to come tomorrow. It's not coming yet. So I felt that feeling from the universe. And then, of course, they gave me a number, but we all know that just because they give you a number, there's so many different ways it could translate in the lottery. In what order is it going to come? How is it going to come? What number comes first? What number comes last? There's so many different combinations, right? So I had to sit there and say, okay, what's my feeling? And I wrote down the number that they gave me and the feeling of how I thought it was going to come. And I put it away. And then I played it one day, nothing came. Played it another day, and I was like, no, it's not coming. It's not coming yet. And then I played it, and then I went online, and it was about 10 o'clock at night. The numbers were just pulled, and I looked at the number, and I went, oh, my God, is that the number? Because I was so aligned with it, I wasn't really thinking about it, because that's the other thing I tell people, don't focus like it has to happen, it's got to happen. So I had kind of written it down and just submitted it. And every time I felt like it would come, I'd submit it. It wasn't like I was fixated on the number. And sure enough, there it was, just the way they gave it to me. Just like that. And I was like, wow, I won. And there was this feeling that came over me like the universe was giving me the opportunity to prove to me, so that I could prove to all of you, that when you're in the flow, they can give you information and they can guide you, whether they tell you this is the right job for you, this relationship is done, it's time for you to go, and there's a feeling of peace. You see, every time I played that number, there was a feeling of peace. It gave me a sense of, yes, it's definitely coming. I just have to line up with the exact time. And I have to say, it didn't take long for it to come. It really just came, and probably in a span of 10 days later, it came. These are ways the universe talks to you. And I'm not advocating gambling. I'm not telling you to sit there and ask for the universe to give you a number, although go for it, because it can happen. But I'm telling you that the universe is there mirroring back what you're asking for. So I had aligned myself with the spirit of luck, right? The game of chance. And it's something that for years, all the way back since 2000, before 2000, I have been winning numbers. And it's a talent, it's a gift, it's a frequency that I'm able to align with. And I've given many of you here on the radio numbers so that you know what to play. I know. So now tonight, the number one question is, what's your number for me, Sarah Spiritual? I get it. And if they give it to me, of course, I'll give it to you. But it's this flow that I want you all in. Because if I can attract that, because I align my frequency, I want you to think of all the things that haven't happened for you yet. I want you to think of all the things that you desire. Stop thinking about the things that aren't working, that are frustrating, that are not connecting, that are not feeling good, that are weighing you down, and the circumstances and stories behind it. Forget the story. And focus on what would I love to have aligned to me? What would really make things easier for me? And what am I capable of magnetizing into my frequency? You see, I can magnetize energy into me and bring out a result. And if I can do it, you can do it. And the universe is here to support you. It's here to give you messages. It's here to magnify everything you focus your attention on. Let's think those positive thoughts. Let's shift the energy. And let's be one with the divine universal stream of consciousness, because we all have that power. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to the phone lines at 866-972-7247 and answer your questions. We, of course, are going to pop on for Facebook and YouTube and also answer your questions. Stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a break from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true Oldies channel.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter? If you're looking for the best seafood flown in fresh from Boston, then you have to try Chowderheads. They have daily summer specials too. Monday is all-you-can-eat mussels with 2 sides for only $22.95. And then Lobster Taco Tuesday for $15.95. Wednesday is Buck-a-Shuck Blue Point oysters and 50% off all wine bottles. On Thursday, enjoy decadent lobster mac and cheese and a side for $24.95. Chowderheads is open 7 days a week and located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903. Check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
And now another Community First message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Hey, are you already dreaming about your next vacation getaway? Well, Margaritaville at Sea Summer Blowout Sale is back, but only for a very limited time. Check out a 3-day, 2-night cruise to the Bahamas starting at only $99 for 2 guests. An incredible deal you won't see again this season. Enjoy delicious island-inspired cuisine, amazing live entertainment, spectacular ocean breezes, and so much more. Don't miss your last chance to break away to the Bahamas with cruises for 2 starting at $99. Book today at margaritavillatesea.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no 2 people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
Turn your home into restricted airspace. Tell incoming flights you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials Light Trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials Light Trap. Insecticide-free protection.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Shines down upon me. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love.
There is an energy that opens up this world, and that is the energy of love, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG on the Oldies station on 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM, and 103.1 HD3. And we are connecting to all of you all across the nation at 866-972-7247. We are going to go to the phone lines, and then we'll be popping into Facebook. So if you've got a Facebook question, I mean a burning question, in just a few minutes, we're going to go to answer your questions. And if you're on YouTube, pop your questions in the feed. We want to hear from you. And, of course, on Facebook, if you can, if you will, share the page, share the light, share the love. It is time to go to our phone lines. And I've got Francis. And Francis is in West Palm Beach. Miss Francis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Sarah?
I am well, Francis. Good to make this connection with you. And you've been digging down deep and asking questions of the universe, yes, and looking for guidance on your own. Is this true?
Yes.
And you're ready to make some moves and some changes in your life. Is that also true? You're trying to get a better alignment going for you. Is that also true?
Yes, I've been seeming kind of out of sorts.
Very out of sorts, but this is a time for you to align with what is the mission that is for your purpose in your soul, and for you to really understand that everything happens for a reason, and that they're telling me people come and people go. And it's not for you to interpret that if someone is not in alignment with you any longer, that it does not mean that it is directly because of you. It is just time for there to be change. And you're putting your foot upon great change in these next few months. And in these next few months, the great change brings you great expansion. So out of sorts because our emotions are not really feeling secure at this time. Is that true, Francis?
Yes.
So what is the question for me tonight?
Well, I've been getting some weird vibration, like energy lately. Mixed emotion signals in my personal life and in my professional life. And I'm not sure if I'm actually moving in the right direction or if I'm overthinking things.
Well, you have been known to overthink. This is something that you do. But you are accurate and you're picking up that people are giving off a different frequency than you're used to. Is this true? We're noticing it in people personally, and we're noticing it in coworkers at work. Is this true?
Yes.
And this energy of information that you're picking up on is giving you a tool to identify where there's a disconnect. And I feel as if things were, the word they give me is copacetic at work, and suddenly they're not feeling as flowy and aligned anymore. And this is something that's been building over the past 6 weeks. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
And there's a change in something in the organization because they show me chairs moving or people moving. Have they made a move of someone in your organization around you, please?
There was some movement, yes. And there's rumors of additional movement coming.
Yes. But then we ask the question, are we safe? Yes? That's the question.
Yes.
And so what you bring is valuable. And in this movement that I see, I feel like you are one of the ones that they are trying to keep in place in your task and not move you, because you are a major part of the foundation of everything that works around you in the organization with which you work. Does that make sense to you? Does that accurately describe your role, please?
Yes.
Like a center of the spoke of a wheel, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I do not see it impacting you, but I do feel that the entire organization is under scrutiny, and this is why I see people moving. Like I see them sliding people. And it's for you to understand that you have to be your own advocate. You have to show up and show everyone what you have brought to the table. And you cannot let the fear hook into you, and surround yourself with the universal flow of I am safe, I'm abundant, and the universe is supporting me. Now, remember I said I see you making changes and letting go of things. This does not indicate that they let go of you as much as you may choose to step out, because in the confusion, because I see confusion, it becomes uncomfortable for you, and distasteful is the word I see, because you're seeing character of people being different than what you had known them to be. These are the people you work with. Does this also ring true for you?
Yeah.
Now, personally, I feel like you're just getting hit by so much that in the personal world, some of your professional world is spilling over to the personal world. So there's a feeling, a fear, a concern with you, Francis, that everything's going to topple down all at once. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. Do not look for trouble. Do not
Try not to.
transfer all this energy and make it into a ball of fire. Deal with the work under the work environment, and deal with personally in the personal matters of relations in a way that you are in the energy of your authenticity and your truth, and do not allow someone to push you in the corner and back you up so that you cannot be your true self.
Okay.
There's a secondary question on the personal aspect, please. Please present that to me. What is the secondary question on this?
The relationship that I'm in now, I have my wants of how I want to move forward. I know he moves a lot slower, and I'm respectful of that. But the question is it going to move forward?
Is it aligned with your soul is a better question for you to ask yourself. And that's the question I want you to sit and contemplate with the universe. What is the person's birthday? I just need their month and their day to do what I need to do.
August 23rd.
This is a time for them. Their priority is not totally on relation. They are working on putting things together in their own personal life, and particularly things in the aspect that benefit them in career. Is this true, please?
Yes.
Then let them do what they need to do.
Okay.
They will show up when they are able to show up. If you choose not to wait for them because they take too long, that is all right, because you have someone that you want who's going to make time for you. And if they show that they are unable to make time for you, and they're showing you that they're not a fit, that is a free will choice of yours. But I do know that their interest and attention and intention is on other matters rather than relationship. You are looking for partnership and longing for that connection. Therefore, you are feeling this need, this want, this desire stronger than them, because you're feeling the void in your life and you're ready to fill it. And they're very preoccupied with what they're doing. This describes their personality, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Let it be. Let's get work in place, and don't allow that upheaval, which is a banana show over there, upset you in the personal life. Be still, be patient, and allow him to show you who he is. And if who he is doesn't feel like it makes room enough for you, then you have the opportunity to say, I choose to wait no longer. But his intentions are good. He just cannot act on intentions. And well, it won't be much if he never does, right? So we have to allow him to take care of what he needs to, because he's very decompartmentalized. He has to process certain things, get them completed, and then he's able to deliver the next segment of his life. That's how he's wired.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is.
All right. We thank you for the call. We're greatly appreciative of the time that we have spent with you, and we wish you peace during these times of transition, and hold the energy of your truth and your value and just let the pieces move and or fall around you, and just see yourself insulated and protected. All right. Thank you so much, Francis, for your call from West Palm Beach. Greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247 from West Palm Beach. We're going to stay in the state of Florida just for now, but we are opening up the phone lines again. Want to hear from you all across the nation. But I've got to go to Freddie. Freddie is in Miramar, Florida. Freddie, how are you tonight?
I am good. How are you?
Good, Freddie. What is the burning question for you from the universe, please?
Okay, so I'm always asking you about work. Currently, I'm working. The job is kind of like, but then I have a potential offer, and I'm really trying to see which one may be the better fit or, the job for me.
We have a potential offer, a better fit. Give me a little bit more information on both so that I can make a...
Okay, so they're pretty much like competitive industries. One is like a city job, one is a county job. But the one that I'm currently on, it pays more, it's closer, but the environment is not really what I feel versus the other one. It's further. It may be more growth, but I feel like I can grow where I'm at too.
So it's great questioning, and you have the answer inside of you, so let me direct you to go to that answer for yourself. Freddie, what is in alignment? What makes you feel harmony and peace? That's what you have to lean towards. You see, this is the misstep we all make in this matrix of a world, where we always put the emphasis on the physicality of things, the convenience of things, the financial pay of things, which we need to survive, and no one is discrediting that in any way. But we also want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel as if we grow. We want to feel as if opportunities are there for us. And we have, the word I hear from Spirit is security. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So you are currently with City at this time?
Yeah.
And so we look at county, but that's a little bit more complicated for you, yes? Because it's not as close?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But the county has much more versatility as well, correct?
Possibly. Like I know in this department, they say you can move around, and then people always are like, within the county, you can jump around. But I've worked for the county before, and that was not my experience.
Okay. You felt you were squashed.
Yeah.
So bear with me. I'm going to get your yes or no, but you have to go by what your harmony is here. So bear with me. But there are two people connected to you in the city that you work directly with or are reporting to. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. And one of them is a little off-putting or problematic at times. Yes, their personality is not always a fit for you. Is that true?
That is true.
All right. So what one needs to do is learn to govern our own emotions and our own energy and use this as a test and not allow them to hook into you, because I feel like they can be problematic, dramatic, and often toxic. This is also true, correct?
Right.
So doing your prayers.
And so then that's kind of like my other thing. Like, are we able to even coexist in that environment? Because I don't want to give up opportunity and be stuck.
Freddie,
And,
take a breath, because hear what I'm about to say. You are controlling, and I said this in the monologue, so go back to the monologue and listen so you can get the vibration around it. You control your thoughts and emotions, and you decide who hooks into you and triggers you or not. You see yourself sealed off an invincible, impenetrable energy that no one can disrupt. And do not engage when she tries to disrupt you. Do your job, document what you need, be pleasantries. If she asks a question and it's a challenging question, in a calm manner, because I see she likes to be challenging, you say, oh, I didn't even see it that way. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Let me get right to that. Never let her see you sweat, Freddie. If this is the place that gives you more and is convenient and checks all the places in your box, except for giving you the harmony and peace that you desire, and you choose to stay there, which you can, you must create your own harmony. You must create your own frequency so that you can have the experience. Don't let others dictate the experience. You control the energy. You dictate the experience. Within reason, there'll be a lot going on. Much like the caller before, there's a lot of things moving pieces, creating angst, anxiety. She doesn't know where she stands in all of this, right? But we can insulate ourselves and create a vibration. That doesn't mean we're the ostrich with our head in the sand and our woo-woo sticking straight up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we see it, but we don't engage. We allow ourselves to remain insulated in what God has given us. You waited long and hard to get a job, did you not? Spirit told you there was a job coming, did Spirit not?
Right.
So here we are. So this is the bird you have in your hand. Create the environment the way you want. Stay where you are. Don't get pushed out. And if the county job opens up that has an even better opportunity, then you consider the extra distance and everything. This is what I have for you tonight, Freddie. All right, we trust we've been of service to you.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Peace be still within you. Keep positive vibes. You'll be fine. You've been
Thank
through
you.
worse. All right. Bye for now.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. Yes, indeed. We are taking your calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And we're answering questions live on Facebook and YouTube. When we come back from this commercial break, I got to visit my friends on Facebook and YouTube. I sure hope you lined up your questions because I can't wait to talk to you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Yes, indeed. Because you know that you know me, I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG on the Oldies station. Happy blue moon tonight, everyone. There's a magnificent full moon out, and we trust everyone has opportunity to enjoy this beautiful moon. It is something that's a rarity. That's why they call it once in a blue moon. And so be sure to use this energy to release the things that no longer serve you. And to our friends in the west end of Florida and the northern side, up in the Panhandle, we send you our love, our prayers, our support, and we trust that the angels will be with you through this time of the hurricane. And as that energy is being moved away from your area, we pray that all of you remain safe and that your possessions and your homes are as intact as possible, and we allow the angels to be with you. We are supporting all of our friends in Florida who are going through this difficulty of the hurricane, any loss of power, any loss of personal property. We are supporting you energetically. We do want to acknowledge that even though there's so many wonderful things going on right now here in Florida, we do have a hurricane, and we send our love and our prayers to everyone who is navigating that experience as it passes through the northern part of Florida. So we are here in this energy of all of us gathering, welcoming your questions on Facebook and YouTube. This is your chance to put them here in the comments, and we'll check our YouTube friends in just a minute as well and gather those questions. And before we put those up on the board, I've got to go to Anna, and Anna is in Miami. Anna, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. It's Anna here.
Anna, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Anna, can you speak
Hello?
up just a little bit for me, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Can you hear me better?
I hear you better now. Thank you so much, Anna. So welcome to the show. How did you hear about the show?
I am your regular from Miami, and I just needed a little bit of your energy today, so I called in.
Perfect. All right, Anna, thank you so much for calling in and sharing with us. So what is the burning question for us tonight, Miss Anna?
Well, I do struggle with friendships, and today I had another friendship go sour, which I find such hard time to find friendships in Florida since I'm in the U.S. Everybody is just so insensitive, not empathetic, nasty, and turns out sour very quick. And I just don't understand why this is happening. Whenever I stand up for myself and I tell people, hey, shouldn't behave like this, that's when they turn really nasty and they take whatever they know about my life and they poke more until I had enough.
So it sounds as if, Anna, we have brought into our circle people who are not worthy of your kindness, your compassion, and your generosity. And people who are, well, sometimes people hitch their wagon on a star and try to ride the wave of energy. So often we'll have people who are connected to us as acquaintances and become friends. And it's easy for them to enjoy the friendship when it's the benefits of everything that the two of you spend and do together that is favorable for them. But whenever people cross a line and they are asked to be accountable, it is difficult, very difficult, for them to take accountability for their part. And rather than say, oh my goodness, Anna, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to step on your toes. But instead, they take all that they think they know of you, and I say think they know, Anna, because you haven't disclosed everything, and they take the few things that they know will hurt you, and they try to deflect their own responsibility and point out what's wrong with you, which in turn, in their eyes, is why they are behaving the way they're behaving. So you're basically attracting people who are not accountable, not responsible, and are not able to be in the energy of union, of friendship, or even partnership, and take the responsibility of their part, what they bring to the table. Because all of us have wounds, and all of us have difficulties in showing up for each other. And when we cannot show up for each other, it's important that we take responsibility for our inability to show up for someone. Now, when I look at this energy, I feel like you're going through a purge. And this year represents great expansion of your spiritual consciousness. And I feel as if the universe is kicking off the people that weren't with you for all the right reasons to begin with. And that even though I know you found it difficult here, because perhaps in comparison to where you're from, here in the States, maybe people are not as family rooted and authentic and genuine, right? And maybe you're finding that different vibration. Maybe this is who you're running into. I'm not saying all people here in the States are that way, but I'm sure this is kind of the crowd that you're attracting. But I want you to take a good look at who are they and what are their morals? What are their values? What's important to them? Are they really more turned on by material things and things that advance them and get them noticed? Are they vain? Are they look at what they're projecting out in the world? And although we can all be a little bit of all those things, right? So that's not a judgment statement on them, but it's to recognize that perhaps their values were never aligned with your values. And the fact that their values were never aligned with your values means it was never a good match from the beginning. But it was easy because in the beginning it was new, it was conversation, they were showing their best self. You were just happy to have met someone who seemed genuine here in the States. And then when the true personality, the honeymoon phase is over, you're really seeing what they're really about, and you're finding that they are selfish and that they have their own insecurities and they have their jealousies and they have difficulty being happy for you. And you would be happy in the simplest of things if that was where your life took you. That doesn't mean that that's life for you, but you find happiness in the simplest of moments, be it with sitting with a little pet or a kitten. This brings you happiness and joy. And their world is really a bit about more showy. Would that make sense to you, please, Anna?
Yes, it does.
So when people
Yes, it
show
does.
you who they are, the only responsibility that you have in they're showing you who they are is when you choose not to believe them and make excuses for them and don't take responsibility for the part of that you were still the person who attracted them in your life. So who inside of you doesn't feel like you deserve someone who can stand by your side and literally be like your ride or die friends, right? You don't have that. And so you're feeling alone. And who inside of you is afraid to trust people because in the end, you're attracting people that we really can't trust after all. And this is a friend that you really valued a lot. And I really feel that they like the fact that your life isn't going the way you want. This friend that you just let go.
It does seem like that. Whenever I express that something went well for me, suddenly her mood changes and she's not content and her day is going wrong, or she pretends the connection on the phone is bad and she's like, okay, I don't have time for this right now.
Right. So she's showing you that she doesn't want to hear that your life could be better than hers. And she's judging it. So when people, again, show you who they are, let it go. This year of great expansion will bring you into the energy of really great change as we bring you into the 2024 time. And this brings you the opportunity to really clean the slate and reinvent yourself. It's time for Anna to have the plan that brings her joy and happiness. And even if you stand alone, be content in the knowing that you know who you are, your true authentic self, and that the right people will come to you. And when it comes to matters of love, if I may address this for a minute, because Spirit said, well, what about love? When we are attracting people who have a viewpoint or a criteria of what a relationship is or what a partner represents to them, and they're really more about who looks good on their arm, chances are that those people that you may have attracted, they're not in relationship energy for all the right reasons, right? They're in relationship energy for how others will view them, or for the fact that they are inadequate in some way, or they need company, or they need someone to say that they're with, but they're really not willing to put the effort in. So when people don't return your calls or connect back to you in the world of dating, don't take that personal either. I know you are, and that's why Spirit brings this up, but it's not for you to take it personal. It just means that they weren't a good fit, and we go on to the next person. Because look at who they are and what they're asking for. Go ahead, please.
I had gone on a few dates lately, and even without dates, I meet men in the restaurant, and he expresses the interest. He tells, how can I see you again? He takes my number, and there's no follow-up. Or the man I met last time on a date, he expresses how the date went really nice. He enjoyed himself. He loved my company. I would love to see you again. And then no follow-up.
Correct,
Never
because they realize they cannot play the game with you. They play with others. That is really this game of treasure chest hunt, and they're just hunting for the greatest treasure, and that they don't have no intention of stopping the hunt. And you want someone who, when they choose you, they no longer are on the lookout for what's better. So we're getting boys in a candy store. We need to get out of the candy store, and we need to attract someone who's ready to show up and be your partner for life. And that's all you have to ask the universe to do. And mirror out, since we're talking about the universe, the energy of the worth that you are, the joy that you are, what you bring to the table in a relationship, the value that you bring, and send that love and energy of self out to the universe, and the universe will attract to you someone who will love you in the perfect time. This, they say, they promise you. Do not allow the foolishness of others who are incapable of committing or following through on their word to define your value in friendships and in dating. There is so much more coming for you, Anna. We trust we've been of service to you. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, Sarah. And I would recommend everyone to visit Sarah in the center because I love the energy there.
Thank you. Thank you for making the trip from Miami to come see us at the center. We greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure that we will be blessed with your presence again. Bye for now, Anna. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. We're going to go to our friends on Facebook. We're going to pull a couple of questions before we go back to our phone lines, and I can't wait to talk to you. Let's see what we've got on our land of Facebook friends and questions. Let's see who we've got. We've got Cindy. And Cindy is asking a question. I'm seeing Daniel, and he's been separated 1.5 years, but still married. Interesting. So, do I see a future? And she gives me his information and her information. I'm not sure if he's really available, she asks. I'm not the type to hurt anyone, and I want to do the right thing. So, Cindy, this is a great line of questioning. And here's someone who is here to network and connect, and this is his time to expand himself out of this relationship that has indeed, he tells the truth, been stuck and stagnant for him over the past 2.5 years. So that is not just true. However, I don't feel that he is able to detach, and there seems to be a reason or something that is tying them together. My guides make me feel as if it's something financial. My guides make me feel as if it's something that has to do with commitment there, and he can't quite break free. And it's not a matter of you hurting someone. It's a matter of you hurting you. Do you want to be in this energy of limbo? So in your mind, not to Daniel, you have to decide if this does not change and resolve itself, let's say in the next 2 months, and there's no evidence that anything has shifted or changed, not because he's telling you what you want to hear, but because you don't see it. Anyone can say something, right? He doesn't want to lose you, so he may tell you what you need to hear so that you stay while he's figuring it out, but you have your breath of life and you need to live in the moment of now. And in the moment of now, this is the time, Miss Cindy, that you are to get your life in order and balance. And seemingly this is out of balance. And when I bring you to your next birthday, this is one of the great times of creativity and self-expression and self-love. So we can't be waiting and wondering what's going to happen. So to make a promise to yourself that you will live fully present in the moment of now and enjoy his company, but set a deadline, a timeline that if things have not shifted in a way that makes you feel supported and seen and heard and comfortable, that you will choose you over him. You've chosen others over you so many times. This, Cindy, is the time of you getting out of the box that others have put you in and putting yourself first. I believe it's a little bit of a test from the universe. So follow what makes you feel harmonious and happy, and let the universe and your angels do the rest. Thank you, Cindy Higgins, for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question from Facebook and YouTube before we go back to the phone lines. And let's see who we have here. We have Tara Simpson. Tara says, hello, Sarah. It feels like it's starting to turn for the better. Only slight cracks of light, but I can feel them. She says it's really been heck for her over these past 3 years. And are there cycles of 3? Do I see the light for her and her family? I got to tell you, Tara, there are cycles of so many things. And things come in cycles of 5 and 7 and 3 and 9. So there are so many cycles. Are you ready to let go of the cycle, the spiraling down, the expecting the other shoe to drop, the disenchantment of life, and the things that have disappointed you? So if you're ready to let that go, yes, I do see that we are coming upon great new beginnings and a fresh start. I acknowledge that 2022 into 2023 has been a difficult time for you, almost catastrophic in its own ways. And yes, it has totally shook you, my guides tell me. However, as we move you into the 2024, I do see light at the end of the tunnel. It is not an oncoming train, and it is the opportunity for you to embrace this new beginning. And anything that doesn't fall in alignment or falls through the cracks, let it go and keep a walking. These boots are made for walking, Tara. Walk in the direction that brings you joy and happiness. 2024 is bringing some much more positive energy. Thank you so much, Tara Simpson, for your Facebook question. Continue to put your questions on Facebook and YouTube. We are going to go back to our phone lines. Let's see who we have. I've got to go to Melissa, and Melissa is in Houston. Melissa, how are you tonight? Good to have you here.
Hi, I'm good.
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 And speak
Good to
up
be
for
here.
me
How
a
are
little
you?
bit. Melissa, if you would, speak up.
Okay, is this better?
A little better. Thank you. How can we help you tonight?
Yes, I was calling in regards to my boyfriend. Things have just been off a little bit lately, and I was just trying to find out what's going on.
What is his birthday?
1/18/82.
shut down, turned off. He's really kind of distant. Is this true? I see him separate from you. Yes, separate in his energy, his emotional
Yes.
connection. Is this true? I also feel like there's a lot in
Yes.
his mind, makes me feel like something's going on with family. Is there something going on with family right now around him, please?
I mean, they always kind of have little arguments here and there.
Something's happening in family. Something's kind of sat off with him, kind of caused him to think, reflect, feel some kind of way. My guides tell me some kind of off feeling. And I also feel here in this energy that he's also trying to focus on what comes next for him, and he's uncertain how to get from where he is to where he'd like to be. There's a practicality to this man. There's a black and white kind of energy, a right or wrong kind of energy. So he's trying to find his way in this journey. Does that also make sense to you?
Yes.
I also feel as if he can be sensitive but doesn't like to express that sensitivity. So I feel as if he doesn't always express all his true feelings to you that make you feel safe and
No.
wanted. He seems a little bit of not as affectionate and not as warm as you would like him to be. This is inherently who he is. This is who he is. So we have to be okay with how he expresses love if he is the person we want to be with. And when I look at this energy,
Right.
I really feel that at this time, what he really needs is to get himself on track for himself. I feel as if he's feeling pressure, something about commitments. Did we talk about some kind of change in the relationship that we are looking to do next step, please?
I know he had mentioned moving closer to me.
Yes.
I know he was supposed to be doing some things with some realtors, but due to the hurricane, he had to go and help with that, so he wasn't able to meet with the realtors.
Okay.
As he was supposed to.
Okay. So he's trying to figure out how next steps play out is what my guides are telling me. So let him process in the way he needs to process. I will tell you that energetically the planets are very off. Things are very, how shall I say, retrograde, so to speak. And there's a lot of energies that are out of sorts. Mercury, planet of communication, is retrograde. Venus, planet of love, is retrograde. There's so much going on energetically. Don't mislead yourself down this dark path. Just sit and be still and let these next 3 weeks pass, and then you should see him starting to come back around. But understand this, he may not always be the person you want him to be because that's not how he expresses himself. And so you have to find a way to be content with the differences of what your love languages are. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Give this time. Let's see what happens in the next 3 weeks. And we trust that everything will be all right with him and his family and everything up there for his dealings with the hurricane. All right. Thank you so much, Melissa, for your call. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we are answering your questions all across the nation. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. We've got a call from New York, and we've got Hope on the line. Hope, I hope everything's going good with you. How are you doing, Hope? Hope, are you with us? Hope, can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes, Hope, how are you?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm good, thank God.
Great, Hope. What is your burning question?
Yes, last night I dreamt I had a twin baby. But that's not really my question. It's about my eldest son.
Okay, so hold on, back it up. So suddenly I'm the dream weaver, dream interpreter. So we dreamt, well, don't leave me hanging here, Hope. We have 2 twin beds in a dream. What was the rest of the dream? Please clue me in. Let's see what that story is.
As I have the baby, I wake out of the sleep. As the baby were born, I was out of the dream.
Okay, So that tells me you dreamt of a baby. So let me tell you, in the way I was taught when I lived in New Jersey and New York, here's your number. 210 means baby. If you look it up in some of the number books that are the old school number books, 210 means baby. Baby means money. So, Hope, if you
Okay.
ever play the pick 3 in New York, and you can check and see the last time this number came, but I would play 210 or 102 or 201. That means baby.
1 0
2.
2
Yeah.
2 0 1 210 102 201.
Right. That means baby.
Okay.
And usually when you dream something, as I told the story, it doesn't always happen the very next day, but if you're ever walking down the streets in New York on your way to or from work and you decide that you want to play a number and you go into your local deli or your newspaper stand and you play the lottery, it can't hurt. Got to be in it to win it, Miss Hope. So what is the question before we are
yes.
out of time for your eldest son? What's that question?
He's acting some kind of way. That's not his regular behavior.
You're finding him being secretive, yes?
No.
What is the question?
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful? Okay.
Yes.
Well, he's feeling like he's ready to be on his own. He just doesn't know how to do that yet. And you have to hold the healthy boundary and make sure that because your son is an adult now, correct? How old is he?
Yes. He's 38.
Okay. So he's 38 and he lives at home?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe he's tired of living at home.
He lives at my own. Pardon me?
Maybe he's tired of living at home. But then again, he can't quite handle
Well,
life to take care of himself, correct?
Pardon me?
He can't handle life enough to take care of himself. Is that also correct?
Well, he's working, so
Well,
he's working, so he's supposed to can take care of himself.
okay. So if he's not happy and he's not taking care of you the way you need to and respecting you, then maybe he needs to figure out how he can be by himself.
Right.
Okay. He's an adult. So speak to him as an adult and ask
Yes.
him not to disrespect you. But I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes. I feel like there's, that's why I started to say he's being secretive, or there's something going on that's bothering him, that's causing him to snap and lash out at you. And definitely he wants to make some changes in his life, and he's not, for whatever reason, doing that.
Okay.
But you have to hold the healthy boundary because it's important that people treat you with love and respect, especially your own child. We all know they can
Yes,
always have a
yes.
misstep, and we've all had our children maybe say a thing or two or act up. But at this age, there should be a level of respect for you as his mother because he's an adult and he knows how people deserve to be treated. And you've been nothing but
Right.
kind and
And
made sure he had everything he needed. And this is not
everything.
everything.
Yes.
I know you have moved heaven and earth and worked very hard to make sure that you could survive in New York. So that
Yes.
deserves respect. For this minute, Hope, we are out of time, but please go play a number. Keep dreaming. Maybe they'll give you
Okay.
some more clues. And when the time is right, not when he's agitated, ask your son what's bothering him, and please ask him to refrain from being snappy and disrespectful, because you have done a lot to create a safe environment for yourself and for him and for family, and you would appreciate it if he treated you with respect. And if he's not able to treat you with respect, then we're going to have to make some changes. All right?
Exactly.
All right, Hope. Thank you
Yes.
so much
Thank
for
you
following
very
the show
much,
from New
Terry.
York.
You're welcome.
We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Bye for now.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.
866-972-7247. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking here on WVLK. VCMG, and we are answering questions at 866-972-7247. We're on the Oldies station. Stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we'll go back to Facebook and YouTube and continue to answer questions here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the true Oldies channel.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Get license plate and driver's licenses of the driver involved, along with pictures of the vehicles. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Need help with your finances? You need Keith Singer. Review your income plans, tax strategies, estate plans, and more with Keith Singer. Listen to Singer Wealth Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. right here on the True Oldies channel and singerwealth.com.
Hi, True Oldies listeners. Jupiter Joe here. Ask yourself, do I have a guaranteed retirement plan, or do I have a plan with no control of my money? Let me let you know how our retirement plans work. They are guaranteed never to lose money, guaranteed to earn interest, and protected from stock market losses. If you want your retirement plan to work like this, go to jupiterjoe.com or give me a call at 561-743-0999. Again, jupiterjoe.com or 561-743-0999.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Love the outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., hosted by Giant Recreation World second-generation owner and CEO Larry McNamara and his co-host Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right here on the True Oldies channel.
And now another community first message from Robes.
When an auto accident occurs, stop immediately. Do not obstruct traffic and secure your valuables. Obtain the names, phone numbers, and addresses of the other driver and any witnesses. Call 911 and report the accident. Injured recently? Contact Robes Injury Law at 561-570-5700 or robeslawgroup.com. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awaken Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Gooden is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awaken Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love.
There is a light, and that light is leading us all to love. That is the light of the universe, the light of the entire divine cosmos, assisting you on your journey. And so here we are, answering questions and guiding you step by step on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. We've got calls all across the nation. We've got calls in New York and North Carolina. We've got calls here in Florida. And we have questions on Facebook and YouTube. But I've got to go to New York. I've got a call, and the caller's name is Erica. Erica, how are you tonight? Good to have you with us, Erica. Are you there? Erica, can you hear us? All right, we're going to have to put Erica on hold, and we'll please have our tech people see what's going on with that call. Erica in New York, and if Erica on New York is on Facebook, maybe she needs to get to her phone and pick up. But in the meantime, we are going to go into another call, and we're going to go to North Carolina. We've got Sin in North Carolina.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for taking my call.
You are welcome, Sin, and how can I assist you?
I would love to finally connect with the emotional and or physical pieces that will help my body
heal
at ease and peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and heal. And I don't know what those things are. As much as I look and I'm open, I feel like I need some support.
But things are not coming to you the way you desire them to be. Is this true?
Probably, yes.
You're not really feeling in alignment with the experiences that you have? We're not able to enjoy them?
I finally found someone to help me heal. It's just as much patience as I've had. It's been over 2 years and a lot of finances towards, I haven't really gotten to feeling better. And it's just wearing me out. I'm at my end again with
And we're talking,
figure out how to.
Sin, we are talking a physical ailment, please?
Yes.
Yeah. And have they discussed parasitic energy within the physical body? Yes?
Yes, we've dealt with that specifically on and off for the 2 years.
Yeah. But the body is still holding the cellular memory of not feeling well. You're aware of this. But the body's also holding trauma of energy of not feeling worthy, of feeling good. And so when I take you back, Sin, we have to go back to when you were younger. And we have to go back to where there's separation of self, the little girl in you that's separated so that she wouldn't feel not good enough, not worthy. That little girl is tucked away. And she is activating the inflammation, is the word they give me, in the body because she doesn't feel worthy of having a joyful, free, carefree is the word they give me, life. We have also explored the Lyme disease. Yes, is there a presence of a Lyme disease in the body?
I haven't explored that at all.
Please explore Lyme disease and Epstein-Barr. These seem to be viral. There's some viral infection, not all parasitic here, that is creating imbalance. And so perhaps the person that we have worked with has, each person is a different piece of the puzzle, and they are the teacher for that moment. But perhaps this person has brought to you all that is necessary for healing. And now it's time for you to move on to some other modalities and something different than where you are. Sin, when I spin you back to, I have to go back. I really want to go back to 2017 into 2018. This was a difficult time for you then, yes?
I'm sure. I'm not sure exactly, but probably.
Do we know if we had moved then, please?
Moved?
Correct.
I lived in the same city as I do now then.
Okay. But a different location, correct?
Possibly yes.
Yes, I feel yes. My spirit guides are saying yes, so we're going to go with them because it's a little fuzzy for you. But I want to also draw for you here this energy of this disconnect that I feel. Were we not well at that time as well, please? This has been something that's been building for quite a while, correct?
I don't know that I felt the ramifications of this discomfort that I have now back then. I'm not aware or don't remember it going that far back.
Okay. But you are aware of 2020 into 2021, it really coming to a head, correct?
I feel like it's worse now than it was then.
But this is when, well, it came to the surface. Perhaps I used the wrong word. Came to the surface, yes? 2020 into 2021?
I think that's when it started in the way that it's manifesting now. I feel like it started right about then. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. There's a seed, there's connection with something in 2017. So I'm going to leave you with that. That's a piece of the puzzle for us to explore at another time. But let's talk about your little girl. So there's a part of you that is disenchanted with how life has turned out for you. And you don't have the ability to feel the joy that you'd like to feel. And the body is capable of healing, by the way. But when I go back to the energy, and again, memory may be a little fuzzy, but when I take you back to the energy of, they say 7, but then they step over to age 9. At age 9, this was an uncomfortable time for you as a child?
I don't have memory of something specific back then.
We remember feeling disconnected as a child, not feeling seen or heard at a point between the age of 7 and 9, please?
Longer than that, most of the childhood.
Okay. But this is the area where they say it became a blueprint, an imprint in your energy. And not being seen and heard is there's a lot that has been pushed down. And whatever this parasite was, whatever viral disruption, push everything that was pushed down to the surface. And this has been the cause for a lot of the inflammation. There's also energy that has attached to you throughout the years of this sense of not being fully present because your higher self pulled you out. Every time you weren't seen and heard or ridiculed and not made to feel as if you brought value and you had enough to offer, Sin, your higher self pulled you up. And then there's that void in memory. So I want to do something with you, Sin, if you're willing to do this, please, with me today.
Yes, thank you.
First of all, how did you hear about the show, Sin?
I had a session with you.
Okay. So let's take a minute to go back. I want you to tell me, where were you living when you were 9 years old?
What city?
Correct.
Johnson City.
Okay. And can you kind of remember where you lived and where your house was?
Oh, yes.
Okay. We want to go back to that house and we want to see your little girl. We want to talk to your little girl. We want her to know it's all right to be whole, because she doesn't feel whole. Because your body right now does not feel whole. You feel as if your body has betrayed you. Is that true?
I just want to honor it because I'm glad to be in it, and I feel like I don't know how to honor it because the things I'm doing aren't leading to the goal that I have in mind, which is to feel better.
Correct. Correct. But if we're separate from self, we cannot feel what we need to feel. So let's go back. I want you to see yourself standing outside the house where you lived in Johnson. And I want you to see yourself standing in front of the front door. Can you see that in your mind? And we're going to do a little mini version of what I do with a very much more full version. But I want to really make a connection with your little girl. So, Sin, as you see yourself standing in front of the door, I want you to open up the door. I want you to take a nice breath, and I want you to see yourself stepping back in time to about when you were 9 years old. And I want you to see the house as it was then, to the best of your ability. I want you to see that door close behind you, and I want you to see yourself standing in that entranceway. And as you stand in that entranceway, I want you to tell me, what are you seeing? Where are you? Where are we standing?
It's in front of a few steps. It's a hallway between the kitchen and the rest of the house.
Okay. Now, Sin, somewhere in that house, most likely in your room, is your little girl. And she's been waiting for you to come back. And she is feeling orphaned, alone, not seen, not heard, not acknowledged. And even though now as your adult self you're honoring your body and grateful for the physical embodiment that you have and the spiritual connection of who you are not fully connected. So where would we have to go to find Sin? Where would you be when you wanted to be alone in your house? Would you be in your room?
Yes.
So I want you to see yourself. We must go up the steps. Is that how we go?
Yes.
See yourself going up the steps. Count yourself up the steps. And as you're going up the steps and kind of counting up the steps, I want you to tell me, how does that house feel as you're standing now as your adult self? What's the energy like in that house? Describe the feeling.
It's cold and lonely and big.
And big. So let's go find your little girl. When we get to the top of the steps, which way do we go to find her bedroom?
Left in the hall and then to the right.
And as you go down to the right, how do we find her room? Are we near her room then?
Yeah, you turn left in the hallway and then you just take a few steps and take a right into the room.
Okay. Is the door to that room on the right open or closed?
Open.
I want you to see yourself standing in the doorway, and in your mind's eye, we're back in time, and you're looking for little Sin. And I want you to look, and I want you to tell me if you see her.
Yes.
And as you see her, I want you to tell me, what is she doing as you see her in the room?
She has her Walkman on and she's listening to music.
Does she see you yet?
Yes.
So in a strong but soft voice, I want you to say out loud, Sin, can I come in?
Sin, can I come in?
I've come to keep you company.
I've come to keep you company.
I'm sorry you feel so alone.
I'm sorry you feel so alone.
May I sit with you?
May I sit with you?
And as you approach her, will she let you sit with her? Is she acknowledging you?
Yes. Yes.
I want you to say to her, I'm sorry the adults are not making you feel worthy.
I'm sorry the adults are not making you feel worthy.
I want you to know that you are good enough.
You are good enough.
And you are worthy.
And you are worthy.
Of everything you desire.
Everything you desire.
And you are a great gift to this world.
And you are a great gift to this world.
You just haven't realized it yet.
You just haven't realized it yet.
Mom and Dad are doing the best they can.
Yeah. Mom and Dad are doing the best they can.
They don't know what it feels like to be you.
They don't know what it feels like to be you.
I've come to protect you.
I've come to protect you.
You are my priority.
You are my priority.
Your well-being is what's most important.
Your well-being is what's most important.
You are healthy and whole.
You are healthy and whole.
I'm sorry you feel so disconnected.
I'm sorry you feel so disconnected.
And you feel as if you're on the outside looking in.
You feel like you're on the outside looking in.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be that way.
I know you don't know who to trust.
I know you don't know who to trust.
And people don't show up for you.
People don't show up for you.
But here I am, ready to take care of you.
But here I am, ready to take care of you.
How does she look as you say this to her, Sin?
She seemed very joyful the whole time.
What do you want to tell her? This is your chance to tell her what was never told to her when she was growing up. Tell her, Sin, I want you to know, and tell her what you want her to know. Do that for her.
Sin, I want you to know that no one's opinion matters. And even though you're very unique everywhere you go, you just have to celebrate that. And you have to be proud of yourself and know that you've got this life. You got it. And when you bump into people that can appreciate and see you, those are your people. And you just have to know that you are whole, just yourself.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I would love if you would come with me now. You don't have to stay here alone anymore.
I would love if you'd like to come with me. You don't have to stay here alone anymore.
It's our time. It's time for you to come first.
It's our time. It's time for you to come first.
Is she willing to come with you?
Yes.
Normally we'd spend more time with her in the room. There's more she needs to hear. But since she is willing and joyful to be received by someone who cares, let's take her with us, shall we? I want you to see yourself taking her by the hand and leading her out of the room, heading towards the steps. Carefully bring her down the steps. Head towards that entranceway. Take a nice breath. I want you to look at her and say, it's okay, I've got you.
It's okay, I've got you.
I see you
I see you
for who you are.
for who you are. I want to know you for who you are.
And I love you.
And I love you.
And we're not responsible for anything or anyone here.
We're not responsible for anything or anyone here.
We're free now.
We are free now.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
I want you to see yourself opening up the door, ushering her out the door. I want you to slam that door so loud the whole house shakes. Because we know that would have gotten her in trouble back then, yes?
Yes.
We want you to see yourself taking her by the hand and walking away from the house, and as the house fades into the distance, I want you to see the two of you walking off into the sunset. And as you walk off into the sunset, I want you to see the two of you fade into each other, breathing in her essence, taking her back home. She no longer needs to be separate from you. As you fade off into the distance, the two of you become one. And take a nice breath. And exhale. How do you feel?
I feel like it's a new beginning.
There's a sense of peace?
Yes.
There's much work to do with your little girl. She has become fragmented through all the different times she was shot down, disappointed, not seen, not heard. She didn't feel worthy or good enough. And all of this that has been pushed down inside of her, this is what is coming to the surface that we need to release once and for all and let her know she's whole.
Okay.
Do the blood work and take the test to see if perhaps there is some Epstein-Barr strand of virus and or Lyme disease present in the physical body. This often can activate some of the symptoms that you have, and something most certainly activated this inflammation. It will resolve itself. The protocols you've done have served you well, but they have done their part. We must go on to something else. Sin, thank you so much for following up from our session and connecting back with us here on the radio. I trust that I've been of service, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. Perhaps we'll be able to do a full integrative session of soul integration so that we can continue to work with your little girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your gift.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come right back to the phone lines and pop in on our friends on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and we'll be right back.
You know me, do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Because you know me, I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here all across the nation at 866-972-7247. This is our 695th show. We are counting up to our 700th live show. So glad to have you joining us. It's well over 14 years. We'll be in our 14-and-a-half-year mark in November. So thank you, everyone who's been supporting the show all these years. Great to have you on board. And to all of our newcomers, share the light, share the love, share the page on Facebook. Share with your friends on YouTube. Tell them to follow Sarah Spiritual. We've got some really cool things coming up in the fall. And we have a class coming up in September. Thanks to everyone who showed up for our Soul Remembering class. That was a powerful class that took us into the journey of our soul and who we've come to be. And we got to be in the galaxy and the universe. That was last night. But coming up on September 19th, we've got what spiritual cards are right for you. How can we create this powerful energy of using oracle cards and spiritual cards to access the energy of the divine and gather messages for ourselves and others. So if you'd like to know how to work with spiritual cards, this is the class for you. And you don't have to be local. You can join us live online, and we will pair you up with someone after we show you how to. We're going to give you an opportunity to practice and have some fun. It's not all serious. We don't have to be perfect. We just need to experience it. It is an experiential experience. It's an experiential class, and we're going to be doing it live at the center if you are local here in South Florida, in West Palm Beach. That's the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm. There where you'll find all of my crystals and our beautiful oils and sprays and books. and herbs and candles and bracelets. It is a fabulous array of spiritual products that assist you on your spiritual journey. That's where you can also have an in-person session with me. If you're a local, if you'd like to book a session, go to sarahspiritual.com. If you're not local, we can still do it. We've got things that are virtual. We've got our fabulous FaceTime. We've got Skype. We've got so many ways to connect with all of you. The WhatsApp. Glad to share that connection. Go to sarahspiritual.com. Simply click that you want to do it virtually, and we will be able to connect. So, what's coming up? Well, Mercury retrograde is in full-fledged. We are really feeling that energy of Mercury retrograde. It's kind of interesting how it's starting to crop up here, and we've got a little bit more time before Mercury comes out of retrograde. It's a time to reflect, but if things come up that require you noticing them and taking the time to adjust them and fix them, this is the time that you need to do it. And as I look at this energy, I want you all to know that we've got some tools at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I've got my Mercury retrograde candle. It sure knows how to negate that energy and absorb some of the havoc that Mercury retrograde can cause in the electronics and communications of things in your physical life. And we also have a Mercury retrograde oil. They have the ability to wear and kind of put on you and dress a candle and dress a petition and use this oil. And it's got a fabulous smell. I must say, the scent of it is amazing. So you can purchase that at the ExpeditoEnlightenmentCenter.com. You could purchase it at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in person, and visit sarahspiritual.com. There too you'll find many products that we offer at the center. Well, we're going to go, as promised, back to the phone lines, and I've got to go to Fort Lauderdale. I've got Ashley, and Ashley is in Fort Lauderdale. Ashley, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay.
Good, Ashley. Can you please speak up for us? You're a little low for me.
You hearing me clearly now?
Not quite. Perhaps they can turn it
Are
up
you
here.
hearing?
Maybe they can turn it up here for me as well. My producer can do that. That would be great. Well, I love making him run across the studio. So, so Ashley, how are you? I'm going to let them turn up the volume just a little bit so I can hear you a bit more. But Ashley, as I look at the energy around you, the first thing they make me feel is that you are kind of ready to jumpstart yourself. You're really looking to make a shift, a change for yourself. And I'm also made aware of you feeling this need to expand. You want to grow, you want to expand. Things are kind of limited for you right now. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah. Yes,
And,
true.
and
That's
you're
true.
feeling really kind of pushed down, weighted down. This is also true, yes?
Yeah, that's true.
And Ashley, how did you hear about the show?
My cousin once told me about you.
Well,
I
thank you.
got the email today that you were going live, so I decided to call you today.
Well, thank you so much. We're so glad that you joined us here. And thank your cousin for me. Ashley, what
Yeah.
is your burning question? How can I assist you today? What insight can Spirit give
Okay,
you?
regarding to my marriage, like, what is going on? What's my next move? Like, right now, I'm kind of confused, not knowing what's going on with my partner.
Okay, what is your partner's
We haven't,
what is your partner's birthday?
third, 25th.
Say the date again, please, because you cut out.
3rd, 25th, 1992.
March 25th, 92?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is someone who can be kind of temperamental, a little off their kilter. Yes, you don't really feel
Yeah.
like they make you a priority. Is that true? They're a little snippy, snappy. They're
Yeah.
not quite showing
Yeah.
up for you here. And when I look at this energy here, I have to take him back. And I got to go back to your partner, and I have to take back to, I really need to go to 2016. That time
No,
for
I was
them.
not with that partner in 2016.
I know that. I know
Oh,
that.
for him?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know that. I know
Okay.
you weren't with them. But I know in 2016, this was a time of a change for them. I don't know if they moved here from somewhere, but 2016 was a big change for them.
Yes, they moved. Yes, they moved to here, to where I'm at now.
I spy with my Sarah spiritual eye. We know what we're seeing here. And I don't know that they know what they want, is what I'm seeing. And even though you're invested in this relationship, I feel like right now they're in confusion, and God is not the author of confusion. And I feel like when I take us back to the month of February of this year, so February, March, April, May, June, July, August, coming into September. It's been 7 months of like up and down. It's a roller coaster, and we don't know what's going on. And he's sending you mixed signals. 1 minute we're here, next minute you're like, where are you? What's going on? Like they're disconnected from you, and you're uncertain where they're at.
Involved with someone.
Okay, so here's what you have to decide, because really we don't give a flying banana what they're up to at this moment, because it's up to you. You are not being seen. You're not being heard. This is something that's not showing up for you. And so you're saying you're confused, but the only reason why you're confused is that you just don't know how you're going to get yourself out of this. It's not that you don't know that you want to get out of this, because you're tired of being mistreated. Is this also true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it's not easy to let go, because you're in love with the idea of who you thought he was, and now he's showing you something else, yes?
Exactly.
Yes. And you also are feeling as if he has a separate agenda, like there's something in it for him, and so you're not sure he's even here for all the right reasons. Is this also true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like the two of you are not on the same page, and I feel as if you're not happy. And I also feel that your finances are not in a place where you feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet. So this becomes another problem, yes? And we begin spiraling down with all the things that we don't know how we're going to handle. Correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Correct.
So first, you need to put yourself together. We need to expand. We need to make the changes necessary for work and abundance to flow for you. And you need to take care of yourself and honor yourself. I do feel that 2024 will iron out this relationship. It'll either come together or fall apart. Right now it is leaning in the fall apart department. There's an energy of secrecy around this relationship. So you feel like there's something he's not telling you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when we ask people what they're not telling us, what do they often do? Not tell us. They wanted to tell us. It wouldn't be a secret. They get upset, they get defensive, and then sometimes they even lie. Well, we don't need that. So we're not going to ask the question. We're going to ask the universe to show us. Remember, the show is about the universe tonight. We're going to ask the universe to show you what is really going on, so that you can see the truth and have the truth for yourself.
I know, like what's going on. I know a little of what's going on. Because
you know a little.
With somebody.
You know a little. You don't know the whole. Okay? And it's a little more complicated than you're seeing it to be. And this other storyline, that's the secret, has a bit of a hold on him. But you deserve better, do you not? Yes, you do. I'm not even going to wait for you to answer the question. You deserve better. So in this moment of time, you focus on you. And you love you first. There's a desire to learn and grow so that you can advance yourself for work and career. There was a thought we may go study something to advance ourselves. Is this true?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
I know. But you notice every time we talk about the relationship and how it's not working, you get really quiet. And you drop down. And you feel defeated. There's no defeat here. He's showing you who he is. That's not a defeat. That's a reflection on who he is and that he can't honor a relationship. How is that a reflection of you? It is not, my dear. Pick your head up. Don't give your power away. He doesn't have power over you. You're giving it to him. You lived in the moment of now, and for the moment of now it worked, and now it's not working. So in this moment of now, you have to choose you first. Otherwise, he'll pull you down with him. And you'll be caught in the crossfire of two worlds. And he has the right to do whatever he wants, and you're a prisoner in your experience? I think not. It's not really what you're asking for. That's not what you prayed for. That's not your definition of love.
No.
That's not what you wanted for family.
No.
So trust the universe has your back in this. And focus on building yourself and your career. It is a year of great expansion, great transformation, opportunity for you to grow, to let go of the past. Your birthday comes up and opens up doors of possibilities. Focus on that.
Okay.
All right? Well, I trust I've been of some service. This is the place where people call and we do tell you the truth. So at this moment, I don't see him showing up for you in the way that you would. I'll rephrase that. I don't see him showing up in the way that you deserve. So choose you. And trust that the universe has something better for you. You just need to be open and trust.
Okay.
All right, Ashley, thank your cousin for referring you to the show. I greatly appreciate it. And we appreciate your call.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye for now.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
866-972-7247. We're going to go to Hollandale. I've got Joey, and Joey's in Hollandale. Joey, how are you?
I'm in a happy place. Very happy.
Well, good. We're glad you're
to hear from
happy.
you.
We don't want you to be sad. No, siree. Your birthday will be here in a couple of months. No sense crying in your spilt milk.
Yeah, I know. And but the last time I called that, my mom was passing away. Let me tell you, it was like a festival, and I'm not going to go into a long story. My dad pulled me aside, who his spirit talks to me every time, and he took me through every step. It was almost like a celebration.
All right.
No sad, no crying. There was no tears. And I was the one that ended up spreading the ashes all over the beach.
Well, there you go.
It was a laughter moment. It was not a sad moment.
Well,
we were
are
ready
glad
for
that you were
So
able
anyhow.
to be in peace in that. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I got that because the old me was coming in, the one that said, "Oh, the one that believes in God being outside of you, and God, why are you doing this to me?" So I go, "Okay, this is the old thinking of me. I don't think that way anymore." Anyhow, business seems to be moving. I do get tense, Sometimes I do like what you were saying in the beginning, go with the flow and say, "Okay, well, this is the time that I need to go ahead and go live." I've been feeling a presence of somebody coming into my life. So purely, I think I'm calling more about to say thank you for everything that you've done, but I also to clarify the things that I'm receiving. I'm coming into a lot of changes and expansions. I don't see the full picture yet, but I actually do see a little picture. I came to a realization. Last time you helped me with an oil, and you said your oil needs a little booster. And I realized that one of my dreams came true when I was younger. I wanted to create a perfume. And it's become not just an oil to manifest a miracle, it's also become a one-of-a-kind perfume in the best bottle I could possibly put it in. So I was like, wow. And then only a few people have it. It's one of a kind. And I made it so beautiful. The bottles look like little castles and like the Taj Mahal. And so everything feels like it's coming together, and I think it's just a matter of just keep moving forward.
It is. But let's pause.
And I do feel the love coming.
Joey, take a breath. Take a breath, because Spirit's got things to say.
Okay.
And I'm glad you are giving us the recap of your life, but we like to hear from Spirit. And first thing Spirit is telling me that there is a new guide that has been working with you. There is a new guide that has stepped forward that is responsible for some of these shifts and changes and the realization as well as the expansion. And this guide is not one of your regular guides that you turn to, the ascended beings that you're familiar with. There is a new guide, and this new guide stepped in to your atmospheric energetic field in this 2023 time, in the latter part of the spring, which kind of takes me to the month of end of May into June. And this is when this guide stepped forward. It was a guide that is here to help you with your own personal healing, your own personal transformation, and it is for you to release the tethers of the physical world so that you are not distracted by the things that have consumed you in the past. Worry about finances, worry about separation from God, worry about people or who's going to be the right roommate, all the things that have crossed your path and made you worry. This guide is here to help cut away those cords that bind you to these limitations so that you can just be this free creative spirit and literally dance among the gypsies, enjoy celebration and music. And I do see that there is a bit of travel that has been happening for you in the dream state, and you have been able to travel quite the distance in the etheric realm and really see many sights. And this is something that will then be realized because my guides tell me that you are asking to travel the world and see the world. And that is not something that is happening yet, but it is still there for you. In the asking, it will be given and it will come to fruition in these next few years that you will begin to travel. And your work will be part of travel, but it will also be enjoyment, this travel. And you will be able to see the sights and touch the ground that has been part of your heritage as well as your past life rememberings. So there is great opportunity that can come for you. We do not make this travel alone, so this is requiring the partner to come in for this to happen. So we are in this great expansion. This guide is going to help you with this. And then the things that you have been, we'll say, waiting for are going to come to fruition. And when they all come together, they seem to come together, boom, 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 one right after another. This is when things really come. Everything up to this point and continuing until that happens is still the preparatory phase that you are in. Does this make sense to you, Joey, before we are out of time?
No, absolutely, completely, because I think that the guy that you're talking about, I actually started working with Archangel Metatron every day. I mentioned him in my last reading, and instead of asking him for things, I asked him to show me the pattern that I needed to learn consistently. And ever since I asked him for that, I keep going on different dreams and different places and waking up at 4 a.m. knowing that I've been somewhere and confirming things. And then I went out on an adventure because my neighbor told me, go out and have some fun. You're here listening to people's problems all the time. And I also keep seeing myself wanting to travel and not just read people here sitting in my home. I also want to teach people from a podium, maybe like a unity church. It doesn't have to be like a large thing, but I actually see myself doing that. And so you're kind of like confirming a lot of things. And while I was on hold, I literally was asking, what was my connection to you? And they told me we were one of the sisters of Delphi in Greece, and we were oracles. And I go, oh, wow. This is very... And then I have a 3-pound crystal, a citrine here in front of me that connect. I go, what is the connection? Because I felt drawn to it. And that's like, it's an obelisk. So it's a generator of energy. Yes. And that it showed me that when I've had dreams that I've told you that I've gone to your place, we've been together learning from the Archangel Chamuel the things that we needed to do about all to bring the unconditional love that you're teaching and you're teaching me. And I couldn't do this. I would not have the guts to come out of my shell had I not met you.
Well, we are appreciative of the opportunity to serve you. We are
in other words, I'm not just talking, I'm not blowing my own, I'm saying that, our connection universally with everybody. I really believe in not judging anyone, even if you don't like them, because they're just a mirror of somebody that wants to be helped. Or sometimes when people don't like us, it's because maybe our light is too bright and they cannot handle it. And they want that light, but they just don't know how to get it.
I have to bid farewell for you because we're getting ready to call off the end of the show. But thank you so much for the great, powerful share. Know that it is expansive time. You are on track and continue to do the work in the dream state. We really wish you well on this expansive journey that you're on. And thank you so much for honoring the work we do here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. God bless you. Bye for now.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
And we thank all of you who continue to listen to the show. And we welcome you next week at 6:30 to 9 p.m., where we will continue to answer questions here live on national radio and as well as Facebook and YouTube. You can also watch the show on sarahspiritual.com if you'd like to learn more about having a session with me or my products or about my center, please go to sarahspiritual.com. It is always an honor to share time and space with you. We appreciate you. God bless you. We'll see you next week. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.